Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and this is officially take two. I started to go live, and my camera popped out of the little holder, and it was like major catastrophe. Thankfully, I don't think it had actually started broadcasting, so all is good. I didn't want to have you... when the camera goes, not just, it falls out, it goes upside down, it was everywhere. So we are live here at sweetstamper.com on Facebook, which is facebook.com/sweetstamper. So my online moniker is Sweet Stamper. Well, I see people here, but of course it's not coming up on my laptop yet. And I need to see what you're seeing. Hey, Corinne, I am so glad you are here tonight. Now, we are Corinne and I are both here in San Antonio, Texas, and it's cold for us. Now, the rest of the country, maybe you would think something different. But for us, it's cold, like freezing temperatures and possible snow this weekend. Even more than the snow is because we're going to have rain. It's going to lead to treacherous, icy roads. So that's going to roll in Saturday evening and into Sunday. And we are bracing ourselves. I was just messaging with my son that lives in North Carolina, and they are bracing. Thankfully, his in-laws have a generator so that if they lose power, they are set. They have 4 very young children, and they're having an anniversary this weekend. So I think it's going to make for an interesting anniversary celebration. But yes, I think everywhere is bracing, pretty much everywhere is bracing for some significant cold. Maybe the West Coast is not, but, kind of the whole Northeast and the Midwest, we are all bracing for cold. Hey, Laura, I'm so glad you are here tonight. So I am going to jump right in. We're going to talk about Card Club first, and then I've got 4 cute cards to really just launch the mini catalog. So the mini catalog, I did a mini catalog launch here at my house on Monday. It was a holiday weekend, and everything I'm going to share tonight, I think, is pretty much mini catalog. Hey, Eve, I'm glad you're here with me tonight. So my card club, I'm featuring this fabulous designer series paper. And I'm going to show you what I do a lot of times. As much as I love the suites that Stampin' Up! Does. So here's a suite where you get, well, let's see. Let me go back up a little bit to the suites. Sorry. A suite is where Stampin' Up! Has pre-designed products that work together. And I love, love, love Stampin' Up! Suites. They are the easy button. You can actually click that one item number and it will order everything, and it all coordinates, and it's brilliant. But I sometimes like to do my own little suites. So that's what I oftentimes do with Card Club. So this is the paper I'm using. And then, let me go back to the ladybug. So I'm using this ribbon. I'm using an embellishment from the annual catalog, and then I'm using this bundle. I should have written down my page numbers. Hopefully I'm not making you dizzy. I'm using a bundle, right here for Card Club. Now, let me just show you a little bit. Let me grab I think I have a sample right here, yeah. This is the second, I believe, that Stampin' Up! Has done where there's washi tape that coordinates with dies. Now, I am not using the washi tape for club. For one thing, it's very hard to mail that on its own. It's also not everyone's cup of tea. So I wanted to just show you, I had done this card with the washi tape. Now it is 3.5 inches wide. So if you use the whole, the whole width of it, which typically you're going to, you can either lay it down straight onto a piece of cardstock. It is sheer. Or like, well, I guess like a piece of colored cardstock. I put it on, I think this is actually vanilla. No, it's white. I just tucked it in, and instead of running it through with the dies, I actually ran it through with an embossing folder. I really like the way it looks. So this is a 5 by 3.5 inch piece. It's fun to work with. I will say it has like almost like a wax papery surface, so that when you go to adhere things on top of it, you have to work at it a little bit. So you have to use either liquid glue or really strong tear and tape or strong glue dots in order for things to really adhere. So I'm not using this washi tape, but I am using the bundle, and I really love it. So let me show you the cards for Card Club, and then we'll get to stamping. Okay, here we go. So I have my little basket here. To do the cards as I have designed them, you would need 3 different ink pads, and that would be Old Olive, Calypso Coral, and Pretty Peacock. Now, and this is the metallic gems. These are in the annual catalog, and you get copper, gold, and silver. What I like about these for my purposes this time, and I think just kind of in general, is they're shiny, but they're not like super glitzy. They're not like glittery, but they're not matte either. And they have a like a flat top. So that's the gems I'm using. And I will say the rickrack, I grew up in the 60s. We had rickrack on everything, and my mother sewed everything I wore. This is not the rickrack that I grew up with. It's much softer. It has a mesh center. You can actually tie it, although I did not do that on any of my Card Club projects. But yeah, you can see it has a really nice light touch to it, a light, nice feel to it. So I really, really like that. And in my Card Club, you get everything you need to make 8 cards plus the envelopes. And like I said, this is the featured bundle. You can add it on if you don't already have it. If you're a demonstrator, you would want to purchase that yourself. And although, my Card Club projects, you can substitute whatever you have. I will say these designs are a little bit specific. So it'd be a little bit harder to substitute. Now let me show you the paper because it is gorgeous. And this is the way I did my papers this time for my card share. So I like to do, paper share. I like to do a paper share with each new catalog. Sometimes I do a mini share if we have quite a few online exclusives coming out in between with paper involved. So I did my paper share this time with 12 by 6. And I'm really happy with the way they came out because I like the little sleeves I was able to get. And this is what I do so that you know what the name of the paper is, what the item number is. Of course, it's 12 by 12. But I didn't, okay. The 6 by 6 I put in a smaller sleeve. So these are the papers. So there's your front and there's your back, because these are just single pieces. Front and back, possibly I thought it was my favorite piece, but having worked with all of them, I'm not sure it's my favorite anymore. First glance it was, but you start working with them and then you fall in love with different pieces. There's front and back. Love, love, love that Pretty Peacock piece. This piece with deep blue and light blue. This piece is really interesting because you have all of these nice shades, kind of marbly looking, and then that really cool, almost like a window pane with Secret Sea. So although I'm using this with Garden Greenery, there's a lot of blues, and I think that, of course, I like blues and greens together. I think a lot of us do. So let me show you the cards, and then I'm going to stamp with you. Okay. So first set of cards, I used the new, and I think it actually coordinates with this bundle. This is the new something stone, ivy, ivy and stone, maybe. I really do like it. So lots of fun little details on these. And then we have these two, Love and Hugs. Lots of fun little details on these as well. Hey, Pauline, I'm so glad you're here tonight from Kansas City, Missouri. I bet you're cold too. Oh, Jolene, you still have some of the old rickrack. You know, you should get it out and use it on your cards. So all of these dies all this die cutting is done for you. The only time it's not is I'm going to give you a piece of white to stamp and die cut those. And this pair here, there is another pair. And then I always give you at least 2 fun folds this time. And so these might be my favorites. So really, really happy with the way that these came out. There is 1 and there is 2. So typically I do 2 different card bases, but I used Summer Splash on both of these. So that is Card Club. It is open for registration. I will say I have not put the single, if you want a single month, I have not put that in yet. I will get that in later tonight. But if you would like to subscribe, it is $45 per month, and that comes out with PayPal administrates it. And but you can use a credit card, you can use a debit card, you can use any kind of a payment like that. And after 6 months, you get a really nice goodie gift valued at about $25. And of course, you get your step-by-step instructions and everything for that. Okay, let's see what we're doing tonight. Where did I put my, aha. Let me show you again really quick. So we are going to use, I'm using the Sweet Bugs Designer Series paper. Now, these are on back order. They will be back. And I think that these stamps and dies are adorable. I don't have them yet. I'm not sure I'm going to get them. I will tell you that for me, I tend to not enjoy, I should say. I like the way these look. I tend to not enjoy using a lot of small pieces and parts. So for now, I'm using just the designer paper and I'm pretty happy with it. Now I am pairing this. We're going to do a little fun fold. And I will also tell you that I'm doing 4 cards tonight. They're sweet, simple cards. You can get all 4 card packs with a $50 order through Sunday. So you place your order through Sunday and you'll get the packs like this in the mail next week. Now, the only stamping I'm using here is the Fabulous Sayings. This is the stamp set you can get free with a $75 order this month. It is called the Product of the Month. I really, really like it. Great value. If you don't have this, you could substitute easily with another greeting stamp set, particularly if you have paper pumpkin stamps. They are fabulous for things like this. Okay, I have dots going everywhere. Now, these dots that I'm using tonight are on low inventory. I think they're on last chance. I'm not positive, so don't quote me. But I think they're on last chance. I wanted to use something that has this little bit of shine to it. And this is also, it's an online exclusive. I don't think it's a last chance. So this is the Old Olive and Early Espresso twine. Lots of fun to use. Okay, so I can already tell you that this card is going to my granddaughter up in Virginia. I'm mailing cards to the Virginia Grands tomorrow. And I have, actually all 3 of my grandkids up there would love this. But I'm going to send this one to Abby. Abby is 12, and she will be absolutely over the moon about this card. She has, she's my grandchild that sends me the most cards. And we are Grandma and Granddaddy, and she always addresses it G and G. We get such a kick out of it. She is a little pistol, ball of fire. I can't wait till she becomes a teenager, and we'll see what happens. Now, depending on which piece of, designer series paper you cut is going to depend on, the focal point and all the things with this paper. So this one, I had that big fat caterpillar, and she's so cute. This one I have more subtle, but look at that little bee. So the only thing that's going to really affect is our placement of the greeting. So I'm going to use the back of one of the, I'm using the B side of one of the pieces of designer series paper. And I really do like this with all the little ferns, super cute. Now I'm going to take this old olive twine, and I want to leave enough to make a bow here, and I'm going to wrap it twice, and I just leave it on the spool, and that way you waste a lot less. And I want to have enough for my bow, so let's clip this off, and I'm going to need a mini glue dot, I can already tell. So now I've wrapped this around twice. I want to pull it down towards the end, but not completely. And then I'm going to bring this up like so. And typically I will do a knot first, but I'm pretty confident that I can get this nice and tight. No. Let's just not worry about that. I like to put a knot in here because then I don't have to worry about the tension and getting like a floppy, the twine being all floppy. That's just not very attractive. So that is going to go under here like so. And then what I'm going to do is I want this to stay in place. So I'm going to grab a mini glue dot here. They're kind of stuck everywhere. And let's use this. And I'm going to put that mini glue dot. Hey, Frankie, I'm so glad you are here tonight with me. And that is going to secure that. Oh, Corinne, you've been fighting with the basket from the Easter set, I'm telling you, that's another one. I have the paper. Not sure I'm going to do the stamps and dies. We shall see. I've seen a lot of cute projects, but I'm still on the fence. Okay. One of the things I love about doing the paper shares that I do for my customers is that means I get to use all the papers, play with all the papers. And many times I'm going to use the papers and I'm not going to use, the whole suite or the bundle or whatever. So I am a paper hog. I'm going to probably have a lot of paper and I'm going to have a lot of stamps, but I might not use, the stamp set that's intended for the paper. Okay. So as I just kind of press that into the glue dot, you see how that one's got a little bit of twist in it. Okay. Now let's put this little guy right on the top, and I'm not going to put any dimensionals on it because it's already got a fair bit of thickness there, and I'm going to be mailing it. So I think I'm just going to. I think it's kind of unnecessary too. You want that lift sometimes, and other times you really don't. So there. Now let's put our piece. You could leave this out, but I think it kind of, gives that little bit of extra contrast there. So we're going to pop this behind, and I will be able to write a little note to Abby. They're actually going to Disney World first week in February. So I'm going to get a note off to all of them, let them know how excited we are. They're going to have such a great time. Now, this little guy, let me show you my original. I can place it. If I place it here, I'm going to totally obliterate that guy. I think I'm going to actually bring it down here because I don't mind covering up the flowers as much as I would mind covering up some of these critters. Now that guy, I could do that as well because I don't mind covering up those flowers. I think I might do that because I do like that flower. And this I am going to pop up on dimensionals, and I'm just using Tuxedo Black ink. So I see that Eve is on here tonight, and she is a newer stamper, and she is really diving into Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin is going to have so many of these excellent greetings that you are going to acquire, and they are going to... shall I do? They are going to be perfect for cards like this. Shall I not? Oh, that's kind of nice there. I think I'm going to do that so that kind of hangs off the edge. Okay. I have my adhesive kit. Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm so sorry that your granddaughter broke her arm, Corinne. How old is she? And is it able to be set with a cast versus having to have surgery? When my one of my sons was 13, he was the very beginning of his very first football season, club football. Yeah, a kid tackled him, broke his arm, had to be surgically set. That was the end of his football career. The orthopedic surgeon said, "Oh yeah, we'll get you back out of the field." And he said to me, "Mom, I am not going back out on that field." He goes, "I feel like that is just my message from God that I don't need to play football." I went, "Okay, well, okay, it works for me." He was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. I don't want to play that bad." So now I am going to brighten this up with some of these little guys. And again, these are the low profile dots that were in the fall, maybe the November release from the online exclusives. And see how that little bit of shine really perks things up. So that is a wrap for card number 1, done and dusted. Let me put my things here in my little box to put everything away when I am done. So there's card number 1, sweet, simple, little fun fold. Now we will go to card number 2. We are bringing out the Valentines because it's getting very close. We got to get these ready. So this is from the Mega Suite Love. Made with Love. Endless Love is the bundle. I used the heck out of this last week, and I will just review a couple of those things with you before I go into this. Now, I have, here we go. I have those things here. I also may have some swaps in here that I haven't shown you yet. So that's where we're going to go in just a minute. So this one I made with you last week. And this is a swap I got. And that's the swap I got that I reimagined into this card here. There is another swap that I received. And here is another swap that I received. And this one, whoopsie. Here's one, and here's one. So lots and lots of great swaps that I got using Made with Love. And you can see how I sometimes take a swap, and I liked it just the way it is, but I wanted to change it up a little bit. So that's what I did with my changes. And that's what you're supposed to do. The great thing about being a demonstrator is that we have the opportunity to swap, and I love it. Okay, that's where we're going to go tonight. Oh, Corinne, she just turned 4. Oh, okay. You know, my my oldest granddaughter actually broke her arm when she was about a year old and rolled off of a higher, like a couch. Yeah. And thankfully, she just had to have it, yeah. She had to have it casted. That's right. It was a cast. But thankfully, there was no growth plate involved. You'd never even know she'd ever broken it now. Okay, now my stamps are here. Very good. So this is the bundle. And I do think it has a lot of legs to go beyond Valentine's Day because there's only one Valentine's greeting. Everything else is good for anniversary, celebrating love year round. Now, I am using this stripe. I do like stripes in general. This stripe is lovely because I do really, really like the color combo on this. And for a lot of these papers, they're very busy. So I tend to like to chop them up, or in this case, I'm just going to put a very, very large die cut to help break up all of that busy color. So let's start with this. So the swap, Eve, is Melissa may run one with this mini catalog. Oh no, that's right, we already did it. We will usually run a swap within the team, and we run it typically during the pre-order period and have them due when the new catalog comes out. So let's say I signed up to make this card. And there were 10 people in the swap. I would send in 10 of this card, and then they would be swapped out for me in person or by mail. In your case, it would be by mail. And so Melissa would just divvy them up, and each person that had 10, you just shuffle them like cards, and then I would get back 9 different ones than the one I shared. And they are just a great exchange of ideas. It allows you to see, touch, feel papers and things that maybe you don't have yet. See if you would like them. Also, like I just showed you, gives you great ideas. And then you can turn that same design into something that, put your own spin on it. Or maybe you're going to copy it exactly. So there's a lot of great uses for your swaps. Okay, now this little guy here is an excellent piece, and I am going to chop it because it's too short to really do what I want it to do here. Cut that a little bit more. And I think I'm going to use a mini glue dot here on the head like that. And then I can just tuck it under like so. And I'm going to do the same thing with the little feather end and put a mini glue dot like that. And I want it to be, you know what? Yeah, there we go. It can even hang off the edge a little bit. Okay, I think I'm pretty straight there. I didn't get my ruler out, but I think it's good enough for government work, is what my daddy used to say. Okay, let me get my green glue. Oh, there's one right here. I need a tiny bit of green glue. The other thing I personally like to do with this is to break it up by adding some other color, and that's what I've done with this summer splash. So, and I also think that a little bit of black in particular, or even gray, helps to ground it and to keep there being, it just kind of breaks it up a little bit. And I think actually helps all the colors work better by balancing them. I don't think it softens them. I think it balances them. Okay, sending you, oh, I did not get that very inked up, did I? So yes, you are so welcome. I hope that you will join us next time, Eve. And there will be, there's pretty thorough instructions on the swap. Melissa is the swap coordinator for our team. And so there will be, very specific parameters and help you know exactly what will make your swap work, and to see if that's something that you'd like to do. The other thing is that for that swap, we sign up for a particular stamp set, and that means that when you get your swaps back, that you have all kinds of different stamp sets used, so that you don't get, 5 sending love or whatever. Now I'm going to pop that right there. That means I need one mini Stampin' Dimensional over there. And then I'm going to use some seal for the rest of it. And that is here. There it is. Because this is already up on dimensionals, I want to make sure this is lifted up as well. Sending you hugs and kisses. See how that little bit of blue and that little bit of black just really makes it pop. Now, I could leave it just like that, to be honest, and I could put hugs and kisses on the inside. I opted to put it on the outside, but either way would work famously. And I'm going to pull my Real Red ink pad out, and we're going to do Sending You Hugs and Kisses. And I have used that little banner punch that's on back order again. That is going to be like one of the most popular punches ever, with good reason. It's just terrific. And, oh, I know, I'm going to do this on the inside while I have my ink out. Sending You Hugs and Kisses. I'm going to take this little stamp here, and I'm going to do this here. And I'm going to do this down here. And that is going to make it super, super cute. A little extra something. And let me get this cleaned so I don't get red ink everywhere. So this is card number 2. And just a reminder, you can get all 4 of these card packets when you place a $50 order in my online store at shopwithcandy.com through Sunday. Many of us are going to be sitting at home on Sunday. Typically, we are at church. We have already canceled church. And that does not happen very often. But, here in San Antonio, we're going to have really icy roads, and it's just not safe. It's not safe. Now, honestly, I like it just the way it is, but I can add a little bit more. So let's just go big. So we'll add some little hugs and kisses. And then, because I just kind of had some extras, when you run these through your die cutting machine, whoopsie, they make 2. So I ended up having some extra. And then you have this little tiny heart that comes out from, let's do that. I'm going to take this little heart that comes out of this center, and I'm going to bring it up to the top, because I frankly was not keen on the way that came out before. I should have put the glue on my heart up here, and I didn't. But that's okay, pretty cute. Now I can also, because I have these here, I can add them on the inside, which is just fun. So let's just add a couple more kisses to the inside, because I'm sending hugs and kisses. And that is a wrap on card number 2. Thank you for the kudos, Pauline. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. So there we have hugs and kisses on the inside. Sending you hugs and kisses. Super cute. I could send this to any of my grandchildren. The oldest is 15, and the youngest is a newborn, and they would all enjoy this. So there is card number 2. The boys would be perfectly happy with that because it's Valentine's, and they know that Valentine's is red, pink, and white. They just know that. Okay, that goes there. Now we're going to turn to the little Shaun the sheep. My English grandchildren they grew up watching Shaun the sheep, and they love, love, love it. So let's go. Did I save the space? I did. So Shaun the sheep, I keep calling it Shaun the sheep. Woolly Friends is just a bundle. So there's no paper that goes with it, no dots that go with it, no embellishments. We get to figure all that out ourselves. It is super fun to play with. I highly recommend it. I do believe it's also on back order. I think everything I'm showing you tonight is on back order. Sorry about that. At least the stamp sets, but there's still plenty to purchase. Okay, I am using super light and bright Lemon Lolly from our Subtles collection. And I am pairing it with Shy Shamrock. Now, this Shy Shamrock, and just for effect, I'm going to show you. I did this with two-tone cardstock, and I did run it through with the light side. This is the dark side. I ran it through with the light side, but I could, and I will this time, add even more lightness by buffing, sanding, I have a sander here, sanding the top to reveal that white core. And that just gives me an added little bit of oomph. And I'll show you the difference between my original and this one, because on my original, I did not sand it. And on this one, I did, just so I can show you the different effects that you get. And for the most part, I do prefer to use the green glue when I am adhering any of our embossed layers. You have all those little crevices, all those little nooks and crannies, and I tend to like to use the glue because this sometimes will hang. Now, these are my other pieces, and let me show you. So this is part of the shimmer paper. There is a set of shimmer paper. I believe it coordinates with this Easter paper, and those things you can still get. So if you want to place your $50 order, you can get the stamps later and get the papers now. So this is part of a set of 3. I believe you get Pretty in Pink, Lemon Lolly, and I think the third color is Pool Party. So I am just going to pop this like so to give just a little bit of extra shine. Is that straight? Not quite. Okay. Now I am going to, there should be another little piece in there. Let me see if there is in my other packets over here. Well, I guess I just left it out. On my original, I did frame this with Shy Shamrock. I didn't even notice it when people were working. But I think it works without it. You know, it's just an extra little something, something. I'll show you. See the difference? On my original, I did put an extra layer there. On your packets, I'll put an extra layer there. Somehow, people were working on Monday. I didn't even notice it. So we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. And they are right here. You know, is that ring light a bit too much? It kind of looks like it's bleaching everything out. Let me see if it's better when I turn that off. Is that better? I almost think it's better. You guys let me know. This paper is super cute. This Easter Joy, I believe it's called. And it's quite thick. It is a specialty paper. The B side is very, very soft. And the A side is very, very bright. And has a lot of color, a lot of fun colors. Very much Easter colors. So that is going to go right like so. Oh, I think you know what happens with the ring light? It does kind of bleach it out a little bit, but I think it helps to keep the shadows from being too much. So we're just going to keep that on. Okay, now we're going to put our little Shaun the Sheep. Let's put our circle here. This kind of gives him something to help him stand out. And we are going to stamp him and stamp our greeting. So this is what the stamp set looks like. The punch allows you to do several things. Now, I have not taken the time yet. Oh, got an errant dot. You can make a little template so that you can stamp and line up these images. I'm just winging it for now because I haven't taken the time. It works either way. Okay, let's do our greeting first. And I'm using Shy Shamrock. It's a really good color for Easter. It's a very crisp, fresh green. It's, I can't think of the word I want to use. It's a bluey green, but has a lot of white in it. Now, let's see. I think I'm going, this is way too much. I don't need nearly this much. You're simply fabulous. All of my family are big fans of puns. So again, this, yeah, I can think of 3 granddaughters who would all love this. But to be honest, I have grown-up friends who would think this was stinking cute as well. They would absolutely have a fit. Now I'm just gonna slash it. I do like the slashed edge a lot. This is gonna go like so. Now I will tell you that something I discovered while prepping for this is this was part of the Pack Your Bags twine. It was a 3-pack of twine that had lemon lolly, Shy Shamrock, and I think Balmy Blue. And it was, no, that's a different one. The Pack Your Bags had the Shy Shamrock, I think, and the Strawberry Slush. Anyway, it was in Last Chance like forever. It was an online exclusive, then it was Last Chance, and it was there forever. Yeah, it's gone now. But I know that you have these things at home, and I'm just going to show you a great way to use it, because this card needs a little something, something, but ribbon, I think, would be too much. So we are going to stick this down with a mini glue dot and just give it a little extra pizzazz there. And I actually kind of like it on the diagonal a bit. Okay, let's make our sheep, and then we will head into our final card. Now, I'm using the sheep that is straight. You also have a little sheep that's like kicking his feet up in the air, like he's jumping for joy. And these are just adorable. Now, I had a way of doing this. Let's see. Ah, yes. Excuse me. We have Major Cedar in the air right now. So everybody's sneezing. Okay, I'm going to do my little sheep with his legs upside down like so. And then I'm going to come in. Oh, that's the wrong side. I meant to do it on the other side. Phooey. Okay, let's just do it like that was. I meant to do it on the other side. Well, it is what it is. Okay, so we'll just feed it down this way and get it lined up. Like so. It was not the way I intended to do it. Let me show you the way I intended to do it. Make it a lot simpler. Okay, now I meant to do it on this side of the paper. Then look at that dot. It just wants to follow me. Somehow they were going everywhere. Now when I bring it in, then I have plenty of paper to line it up and punch it. And then I have plenty of paper left over to do the face this way. Isn't he just adorable? stinking cute. I'm going to close this so I don't get it in my arm. And then I can just punch this way. So this is what I mean. You can do it, you know, any way you like. The template allows you to stamp and punch with having everything lined up. Having said that, sometimes it just confuses me. This is going to go flat down here like so. And this is handy, so I'm going to use it. And then we're going to put her, I'm going to call her a she. We're going to pop up her little head on a dimensional. Haha, they're always under something. So what are you guys doing tonight? After this, I think I am going to go downstairs, make myself and my hubs a cup of tea, and work on, I've got some notes I'm writing. So the grandkids and a few other cards I'm putting in the mail. Now, these are awfully cute. And I think what I'm going to do, and I think these are still available. I don't believe these are on back order. So I think what I'm going to do is just put a little row of these like so. I would put those little pink Easter eggs, but this isn't really an Easter eggy card. So I think I'm just going to do that instead. And that brings in the lemon lolly there, the lemon lolly base, and the lemon lolly here. Lots of nice little bits of shine. Super sweet. Okay, we are going into our last card. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That is what this card makes me think of. We are going to fill the world with love. Now, you remember I told you that shimmer paper, you get 2 sheets each, and it comes in lemon lolly, blushing bride, and pool party, and it's a lot of fun to work with. So, and just a reminder that you can get all 4 of these card packets in the mail for free. They will go out next week when you place your order of $50 or more in my online store. That is shopwithcandy.com. The nice thing is you will also get from Stampin' Up, you will get a bonus days coupon of $5 for your $50 order, and you can redeem that in February for any size order at all. So I have run it through the Hearts of Love, I think is the name of this embossing folder. And isn't it just lovely? Ay, ay, ay. Well, I've already put glue on it, but that is going to have to be cut. Let's see if I can be really brave. I don't want to put it through my trimmer because it's going to get it's going to get glue everywhere. Okay, let's see if I can do it. I think this is why I like to have a pair of long-bladed scissors handy. Hopefully I'm not going to totally ruin this. I will double check to make sure your packet has correct measurements on, oh yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's still too big. Wow. I really botched this measurement. I think I had the measurement correct on my PDF. I just didn't execute it properly. So that's the other thing you will get with your packets. You will get the PDF tutorials. Oh yeah, not bad. I did pretty good. Okay, that is going to go right here, and I am going to pop this up on dimensionals to give it a little bit of lift, and those are right here. And pink and black is such a classic combo. And this is Melon Mambo with a layer of basic black and then the shimmer layer of Bubble Bath. I tell you what, I have tried to call that pink pirouette. I can't tell you how many times. Those of you who've been around for a while know what I mean. Sometimes the names, after a lot of years, start running together. But I usually have a pretty good eye for them anyway. I can tell the color even if I can't name the color correctly. Okay, now we are going to stamp. This is a lovely, lovely bundle. Lots of fun options with it. I did feature this. Might have been the week I got home from Hong Kong. May have even been before I left. Might have been in December, I don't recall. Now I'm going to use these little gems, just one, because I've already got a lot of shimmer here. These are the Sparkle Dot Essentials, and I am going to, you know what? I bet that white that I used was probably for this. Yep, there we go. I think I mixed those up. Okay, we are going to stamp Love 3 times with Bubble Bath ink. Yeah, I hear you, Corinne. You know, that's where I'm at with, you said you like the sheet, but you didn't get it. That's where I've been on the Easter basket. I like it, but I haven't gotten it. I'm still on the fence whether I'm going to. So that is going to be right down at the bottom. And then, phooey. Okay, well, we're just going to go over this way. I don't think there's anything there. I don't see anything on my stamp. Okay, let's try again. All the way down at the bottom, like so. There's probably just a little piece of a shreddy over here. I've got kind of a messy worktop, which I need to tidy, but I'm going to wait till I'm off camera to do that. So this is perfect for, I'm having to eyeball this, but you know, we have our new Stampin' Positioner tool. Mine's coming in the mail, I think Friday. Is that, oh, that's tomorrow. And this would be perfect for lining that up so straight. Man, that would make my life so easy right now. Now, there's a couple of different directions I could go with this. I think I'm going to do something different for this one just to show you the 2 ways to do this. I'm going to come in here with the O, and I'm going to just go ahead and make it Bubble Bath. And then I'm going to fill this one with the little heart die cut that coordinates. And I'm going to pop that up on a dimensional like so. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to do the rest of my stamping before I do that. So I want Fill the World with Love, and I'm going to stamp that in Melon Mambo in between my loves. There we go. Fill the world with love. Isn't that pretty? I love it. So that is going to go there. And this, there we go, is going to get popped up. Let's stick this down first, and then we're going to pop up that heart. So as I wrap up, this is my mini catalog kickoff card class with 4 card packets that you can get for free with your online order of $50 or more. I also introduced my card club for February, and that is featuring Greenery Lane. So whichever direction you want to jump in to stamping with me and getting great card kits in the mail, I have 2 ways for you to do that tonight. So let me show you that was the one I did with my customers here. on Monday. Tell me which one you like better, if you like the darker O's or the lighter O's. I like them both. I'm not totally sure I even have an actual preference, but it is kind of fun to see what people like, what tickles your fancy, what grabs your eye, all the things. And I'm going to tidy up while I'm chatting. And while I do that, I'm going to grab Card Club for anybody who came in late. Oh, your Melon Mambo ink pad is bad. You know what? I think Melon Mambo is the one, is that the one I had to replace? I think I replaced one just recently. Yeah, I think I did. I think that's the one that was, mine was, it wasn't bad. It was just, mine was kind of, it was kind of old and getting crusty. Okay, so you like the darker one. And Pauline, you love my cards. Thank you. God bless you. Yeah, that was my original. I think I do. I think I like it better too, Eve. I think it kind of, I like that. I think it provides a horizontal line. There's so much light pink here. I think that is actually, I think my eye likes that better. So, oh, Corinne, okay, darker. Everybody's liking the darker. I should have just stuck with my original. But again, I can send this to somebody and they will be happy either way. Okay, just a reminder for Card Club, Candy's Card Club for February. We are featuring Greenery Lane Nature Walk designer paper and really fun cards, lots of blues and greens to get us off to a great start for spring crafting with great colors and designs and lots of fun, lots of texture, and I think that you will love it. Thanks again for tuning in. Take care and God bless.